Here we go. Continue. I only get one save file, so if I screw this up, I am screwed.
On it.
But I have not died yet. Story so far is we were sent here to quell a rebellion. There's two armies working for the Empire. They don't get along, but I'm in charge of both of them. The disfavored soldier salutes you with a quiet nod. We have to quell this rebellion. Basically, the Emperor has said that either we stop the rebellion or everyone in the valley dies, just to, you know, motivate us to work a little harder. So that includes me and our armies. We will all die if we do not stop the rebellion. Someday I'll make it to the bastard city. I don't think my bowels can take another month of siege. So what if the voices of Narat is a madman? Just stay on his good side. We are playing as Rhombus. He's a soldier. Soldier through and through. He was a soldier, then he got elected to the position of... Not elected, he was chosen for the position of Fatebinder.
Sorry, I can't.
You see, what do you mean you can't? You will. You must. Oh, can I talk to my companion? I don't really know much about her. I guess not.
Right.
But before that, we were soldiers. We were sold into the military by our parents, who could not afford to pay taxes, so they sold us instead. Several skulls, bleached by the sun and picked clean by carrion birds, are spiked on a roughly hewn post. It is the only heraldry the Scarlet Chorus needs. So we fought.
Sorry, I can't.
As members of the army of the Disfavored for a while. I feel like it gave me a warning there, but I did not see it. I told you I would pull through, didn't I? Graven Ash protects. The Emperor is a super bad dude. He's very powerful. He's basically a god. He's taken over the entire world except for this one tiny stretch of land that we're in now. Oh, what's this? Potion of protection. Whetstone. Take on. It's also very cold here in my room. Despite being April, such as Canadian weather, I suppose. Is there anything over here that I missed? Oh yeah, and there's this statue that started bleeding red when we first invaded. Ooh, I could climb down. Oh, gain a wound. Okay. Abandoned memorial. This memorial has been left to weather the elements for many months and has fallen into disrepair. Resting at the top of the memorial is a small, weather-beaten enclosure with a rusted torque inside. Not streaming game? What do you mean? Oh, right. Ha ha ha. Thanks. Good point. This was intentional. I just thought it would be more dramatic for you to, like, just see my reaction to what I was doing. This memorial has been left to weather the elements for many months and has fallen into disrepair. Resting at the top of the memorial is a small, weather-beaten enclosure with a rusted torque inside. I want to take a better look. Torque possesses a number of small grooves. It otherwise appears fairly ordinary. I'm going to take the torque. It was very dramatic, yeah. You could see the reflection in my crystal clear eyes.
Sorry, I can't.
Is the torque a quest item? Oh, is the cures The scroll contains the words of Kyros's edict you've been commanded to deliver. If Ascension Hall has not been taken by my forces before morning on the Day of Swords, all in the valley when this edict is passed will perish. Great. Can I just choose not to read it? Do I have that option? I mean, if this guy's power comes from his edicts, what happens if we just don't read them? Battle-worn torque. Accessory fine. Form. What does form mean? Oh, +1 vitality. Nice. This finder may have once decorated the neck of a soldier or a noble. It's too aged to tell. That's cool. Do I have any other items I can... Oh yeah, I got a shield. I think this is better than my shield. The recovery's worse, but everything else is better. Does she use a shield? No, she's dual wielding. Gut Seeker and Red Rivers. Minor parrying, minor accuracy. Tears on the spine bow. Okay, so she's definitely better as a melee fighter, it would seem. But yes, this statue started bleeding red blood from its eyes when we invaded. Before the game started, I got to make a bunch of choices as the commander of the invasion, and I regret most of them. Most of them were objectively the wrong choice. I ended up completely, irreversibly damaging this huge land of pristine fields that are now just a barren wasteland. I left a bunch of soldiers to act as a police force, and they just brutalized the common people quite heavily. Weapons and armor are strewn haphazardly around the cart. Every blade shows signs of rust, and every piece of armor is in need of repair. Okay, so that's where I'm supposed to go. I just want to make sure there's nothing else I missed around here. There's always something.
Can't do that.
We sing the anthem of pain. But anyways, I showed up in this pass. The road was collapsed behind me. Then we were attacked. Oh, can I loot this person? Yes, I can. Quick finger bangles. Honor guard's bronze falx. It's two-handed though. Read. Scroll.
Sorry, I can't.
So I showed up here, there was an ambush, we were attacked, but then we've defeated them. And now I must continue on to tell the Archons, the leaders of the armies, that they have a time limit, or otherwise we will all die. End this. Oh, can I talk to this person? No.
Sorry, I can't.
Sorry, I can't. Yeah, that's right. Can I talk to these guys? Can't wait to run a spit through those rebel dogs. Careful under the portcullis. Accursed thing is near rusted through. Okay, here we go. Oh gosh. Bastard tear. Disfavored camp. This fort was constructed shortly after routing rebels along the valley's western edge. The Archon, Graven Ash, directs all disfavored efforts from this location. It will take you 2 hours to complete your journey from Edgering Ruins to disfavored camp. Let's do it. Some abilities allow party members to attack multiple times with basic attacks. Oh gosh. This is a battle? Take what you can carry, but leave the cart, otherwise we seize you and your wares. This is robbery. This is Kyros's law. Can I talk to you? Crescent Runner. Hail, Fatebinder. The disfavored scout nods at your approach. Camp's on up ahead. Don't mind us. We're just clearing out the rabble. Sterling Hagnon. I still don't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll, but she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I am not allowed to trade one thing for another? It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. The Overlord regulates all trade. If you lack the proper permits, your goods are forfeit. A trade permit? Well, how was I mean, to whom would I speak for such a thing? Not us, and not our problem. Maybe march your butt to the bastard city and plead your case before Tunon, but we'll lighten your burden and relieve you of your wares first. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. Anything to be argued before Tunon may be argued before me. What's there to discuss? We should kill this mongrel and... The warrior pauses, placing her hand in front of her mouth. If the Fatebinder wishes to weigh in on the matter, courtesy demands we listen. The soldier clears her throat, looking at you expectantly. This is a disfavored matter, but I know the agents of the court do love to throw their judgments around. Well, you could rob me now and have my supplies today. The merchant grabs a flask from his cart. Or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing droughts. Or drafts. Is that drafts? Drafts. Certainly any army will need those. He uncorks a small ceramic vial, and the aroma of cloves and lanolin assaults your nose. Oh, I could be a dick. These are essential goods to the war effort. We should leave the supplier intact. But he has no permits. You're allowing this low-born wretch to profit when he should toil like any other conquered tearsman. Fatebinder, is it your right to settle disputes when we lock horns with the chorus? But you have... It is your right to settle disputes when we lock horns with the chorus, but you have no authority on this matter. Oh. Are you questioning my judgment? Oh, fuck. This is probably a bad choice. I am. You have the right to step in when we disagree with the chorus, but this fool is not sworn to an Archon and has no protection. The scout runs her hand along her temple, letting out a long hiss of frustration before throwing her arms up in the air. You know what? Have it your way, Fatebinder. This isn't worth a court summons from Tunon. That's right. Told you. You gain favor with Lethian's Crossing. My deepest thanks. I thought I was about to be robbed and left for dead. And here I thought the disfavored would thank me for trying to bring in fresh provisions. I'll be sure to keep my head down and not make any waves. I like what we did. I like what we did there. I feel good about that. This game, you very rarely feel good about your decisions in this game, it seems. Are you going to sell me any of that brew? Verse. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something first. What's that? The voices of Nerat told me you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? What else has the voices of Narat told you? Only that I could find you in Edgering Ruins. Truthfully, I could have picked you out of a crowd. You're the only one of us who hasn't spent the last few months bathing in the stink of the Matinee River. She laughs, but there's a forced nature to it. I think the fewer people who know about this, I don't want this information to spread, or people might like panic and start leaving the valley. I have nothing to tell you. Gained fear. Oh, my companions can fear me. It's interesting. All right, if you say so. You're walking with this weight pressing your shoulders, and I thought you could use a reprieve. I really ought to be meeting with the Archons. Gain loyalty. The war tent is just past the center of camp. She nods toward the northeast. One last thing. Be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously, and most have suffered too many blows to the head. I know I was one of them, fool. Is there anything else out front here? I have a feeling it's going to be a mostly role-playing episode, which is good because I don't know if my brain can handle the stress of permadeath. Who do you have here? Step closer and present yourself. Stone shield. Well, look at you. Our gatecrasher from the court is still in one piece. The guard pounds his chest plate in salute. Welcome to disfavored camp. Always happy to have an honored ally pay us a visit. Salute. Graven Ash protects. Gain favor with disfavored. Always love getting into favor with the disfavored. It's always fun. That he does. The warrior nods in approval, then taps twice on the gate to signal your arrival. Be well, Fatebinder. Glory to Kairos. Yes, glory to the Emperor. Glory to the Empy. Ooh, is this a training guard? I need this. I need to train. You can't make it out the ironclad soldier's expression under his twisted helmet. He merely stares at you. Okay. I want to train, though. Can you teach me some stuff? Maybe this person will teach me? I'm itching to get back on the battlefield. Oh, somebody's beckoning me. Got no time to chitter, too much armor to mend. Speak to Uncle Pentabor if you've rings to trade. Pentabor. Hail to you, guardian of the law. The man dressed in merchant finery greets you with a smile. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself before battle. You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp. Ooh, nice seagull. Wonder what you're gonna get. Alright, what was I saying? Oh, yes. He points to the collection of shields, rations, satchels, wineskins, and other sundries. Take a look and see if something interests you. How did you come to work with the disfavored? Hard work and good suppliers. When Tunon's men came to my village, all the merchants were given different lists of what they were or weren't permitted to trade. He smiles, hands on his hips. And Kairos' wisdom, my record must have been a good one, because I was given the right to trade in all manner of goods, most importantly arms. Not a lot of merchants can legally sell weapons. It was like that even before Kairos. Most of the camp followers are slaves or haulers. You don't see many merchants. I try not to congratulate myself on my good fortune, since it's by the wisdom and mercy of Tunon that I make a profit. Perhaps we're not so different in that respect, he winks. If I wasn't following the rear guard peddling my wares, my niece Rona and I would no doubt be caretakers of a pitiful market stall, shouting above the rabble to make ourselves known to the lords and ladies of the bastard city. Let me see your wares. Pentamore rubs his hands, eyes alight. Let's see if we can find something you might like. This is all the stuff that they had at the other place. Ooh, Brotherhood Stout. It's expensive. It's expensive beer right there. I should probably get some food. But how much food? I can sell my shield. Should equip that. Got meat. I'm probably not going to use this. Oh, cool. You can upgrade your weapons with that. Walking Death. What the? Whoa. Taking before falling unconscious, the spores of the Walking Death mushroom guarantee to revive the imbiber with a fraction of their full health. Very different than the Walking Death in my campaign. That's blood moss. Can I see the description? Oh, here we go. Plus 50 defense against bleeding attacks for 60 seconds. Immunity to bleeding. Blood moss staunches any bleeding and grants the user resistance to excessive bleeding from future injuries. Scarlet moss can be packed into any bleeding wound to staunch the flow of blood. Somehow this plant also helps prevent new wounds from bleeding. Alchemists argue about the cause, but none can deny the effect. So it's only 20? Oh, maybe that's the selling price? I gotta at least get one of these. Water. Plus 1 resolve. For 600 seconds. Okay, I think I should get that. Mead plus 1 might. Loved by all in Kairos' army, this mead has a light amber color and a pleasant aroma. I'll get one of these. I feel like I should always have max healing potions, but I do have a lot already. What does grain do? Some vitality. I'll get 1 grain. Plus 1 wits. I hope this food doesn't go bad. Plus 1 quickness. This dried fish has an odd texture and almost no smell. It smells kind of fishy. Plus 1 quickness is good. Cheese. This hard cheese has crumbly texture and dull orange color. I'll buy some cheese. Let's be honest. I need my cheese. Ooh, this is a lot. Brotherhood Stout increases a soldier's hardiness against injury and physical damage, but comes at the cost of inaccuracy. This consumable effect increases in strength as its user gains in power. So it's plus 10% melee damage for 120 seconds, plus 2 armor. All. What does that mean stolen though? Why is it stolen for 120 seconds? And then minus 10 accuracy. Hardiness against injury and physical damage, but comes at the cost of accuracy. Well, this would be good for my character. By 1. It's almost all my money though. Yeah, I think it's good to have a diversity of options, so I'm going to take it. Oh, and I want to see what he has in his largest crate. What might I do for you? See something you like? Your largest crate. Open it now. Something in your tone causes him to blanch. He scrambles to remove the lid from the largest of his crates. Of course, Fatebinder, don't let me inconvenience you for a moment. His supplies are perfectly ordinary. You see nothing out of place or unauthorized by his mercantile license. Ooh, I could be a dick. Everything seems to be in order here. I'm glad to hear it. There isn't a temptation in the world that would steer me from the good favor of Tunon or Kairos. Farewell. Travel well, and I'll be here should you need to trade again. That stutter was in character. He's terrified of me. Anyone want to talk? Stay vigilant, Fatebinder. Just making my rounds. Keep an eye on those Scarlet Chorus over there. There's someone over. Can I talk to you? A pungent odor emanates from the sack slung over the soldier's back. Bitter quip. Glory to the voices of Norat. Projecting his salutation for all to hear, the grinning blood chanter raps his staff against the ground as you approach. Fatebinder Rhombus, I presume. His smile quickly retreats, giving way to a sour scowl. I am Bitter Quip. I am here as the emissary of the Scarlet Chorus. Bitter Quip looks at you impatiently. What can you tell me of the Scarlet Chorus? The chorus is the future of the tiers. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. Bitter Quip looks at you with a raised eyebrow. What in particular would you like to know? Tell me about the voices of Norat. He is supreme commander and public servant. He who sets us free but directs all. Bitter Quip smiles as he talks, his face turning flush. The voices of Norat is the epitome of what each of us can be, a magician without equal, and the leader of uncountable numbers. Oh, my neck is a little sore. That's not in character. You know, sitting around playing video games all day, it's not easy. It's not easy, kids. Be a lawyer. How did you come to join the Scarlet Chorus? The doctrine of strength speaks to me, and I answered its call, as did some of my arcane peers. I took to the chorus almost instantly. Unlike most, I cried not for the life of comfort lost to me. My magic invokes fear and terror, and I easily established my dominance over a pack in my early days in the chorus. If you're so curious about it all, Bitter Quip smiles, lifting an eyebrow, perhaps you should visit our camp and see for yourself. What is your role in the chorus? I am a blood chanter. My magic can turn the will of man in the tide of battle. I have held command for 3 years now, though being forced to keep an eye on the disfavored is not the reward I had envisioned for my service thus far. Sounds as if you really like the voices of Norat. Bitterquip blinks several times and scowls, saying nothing. And that's all for now. Bitterquip nods as you depart. Lucia. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. The disfavored soldier points to the armored man next to her. And you must be the Fatebinder. From under her helmet, you hear an audible scoff. We've been assigned a assigned to your hospitality, Marcus interjects. While you remain on disfavored ground, if you should need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. I like this guy. He knows what's up. What can we do for you? I can't let them slack off. Especially not these guys. They're supposed to be the disciplined ones. Do you always stand at ease in the presence of a higher officer? No, sir. Marcus straightens his back in short order and regards you with trepidation. Is this... Lucia also adjusts her posture, if slower than her companion. I wasn't briefed on the chain of command. Do we report to the Fatebinder now? I heard the Iron Marshal say that Tunon's agents can intercede if there's a dispute. That sounds pretty authoritative to me. I'm not so proud that I won't strike a pose, if only to keep up appearances. That hardly satisfies my question, so I take it the answer is kind of. So be it. Hail, Fatebinder. Marcus, tell me about yourself. Not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign, and I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the Gates of Judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him. Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about a filthy tearsman besting you in battle. Lucia rolls her eyes. You're just bitter that Lord Ash never seems to notice you. In all seriousness, I would take that spear again if it brought honor to this disfavored Kairos. If it brought honor to the disfavored. Ooh! It's magic item time, everybody. Grab your hats. Come on down to Magic Town. We're gonna have a magical time. Let's find out. You can go ahead and roll in the chatty chat if you wish on our Discord. Let's take a look at the Dungeon Master's Guide. I've got Dungeon Master's Guide. Got 20-sided die. Table F, right? Yes, table F. Go ahead and give me that roll. A 3! Ha ha ha. 'Tis a 3. However, it is a +1 weapon. What does this roll mean? Ah, here we go. Applicable weapons. Okay, I just wanted to see what these were actual tables, but no, they're not. So yes, you unlock a +1 weapon. The weapon can be any weapon of your choice, Seagull Hunter. So what would you like to pick? What would you like it to be? It could be any from the player's handbook. Any weapon. Even if you're not going to buy it, you still can choose the weapon. No roll. You just it's a +1 weapon, so it can be any weapon from the player's handbook. But it's just gains a +1 to attack rolls and ability checks. So, what weapon would you like to? What would you like it to be? Basically, it could be a greatsword, flail, maul, short bow, crossbow, quarterstaff, hand crossbow. Okay. So +1 hand crossbow. Let me find out the price. Where is it? This is technically an uncommon weapon, I think. Yes. Okay, it is available for 200 gold pieces. If you wish to purchase, you may do so. I'll update the market. I'll say you can purchase it and it'll be waiting for you when you get out of prison. if you wish to. +1 hand crossbow, 200 gold pieces. Okay, yeah, the market is updated. Awesome. Congrats. Let's get back to the game. Oh, where was I? Ah, yes. In all seriousness, I would take that spear again if it brought honor to the disfavored. Kairos knows we could use it. We are the elite fighters of the Northern Army, but somehow we still lack the Overlord's confidence. He shakes his head and sighs. Oh, you only have enough money to get out of prison. Damn. Well, it's there in the market, so when you're ready to buy it, let me know. Excuse me. Lucia, tell me about yourself. I do this. She unenthusiastically lifts up her heavy shield, and I do this. She mockingly stabs at the air with her spear. Lucia shrugs. Playing host is not my strong suit. Ignore my sarcasm. I've seen the Legion through my share of campaign. After so much bloodshed, our pretenses of honor can wear me down. She turns a cautious eye your way. The North is my way home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. You won't find another army where each member of the phalanx is as beloved and cherished as the next. You seem handy with a weapon, Lucia. Lucia, insufficient reputation. Oh, interesting. Reputation and tyranny governs how major factions and characters, from archons to companions, feel about the Fatebinder. Reputation is measured on 2 scales, favor and wrath. Reputation affects not only the quests that you are offered and how characters treat you in the world, it also grants unique abilities to the Fatebinder. Different abilities are unlocked for favor versus wrath, granting different rewards depending on how the faction feels about you. I know a thing or two about spitting foes who are stupid enough to challenge me. What of it? Easy, Lucia. We don't punish curiosity here. No need to fly off the handle on the basis of a simple reflection. They train us well, Fatebinder. The Archon makes sure that our potential is realized before we reach battle, so most of us keep a cool head when we see any action. He looks at Lucia with a frown. Most of us, I said. How have your skills fared in battle against the Oathbreakers, Marcus? Still insufficient reputation. Wait, is this all a ruse? Did Tunon send you to test the army's training and grit? Because I won't stand for it. Will you calm the fuck down, you tangled fishnet of nerves? This is after how many head wounds you took last week? Stop looking for enemies behind every shadow. I guarantee you'll be disappointed. Excuse me. What's it like serving with the disfavored? In spite of our name, the Legion commands more honor than any military on the face of Terratus. Unlike the Chorus, there is tradition, discipline, teamwork, and unity of purpose. Marcus looks across the camp. There aren't many of us, but it's better that way. We're a tightly knit family, bound together by trust and glory. If the Legion boasts so much honor, why are they disfavored? Just insufficient reputation again. I'm afraid that isn't for me to say. Others around the camp might be able to tell you more, but I don't freely discuss the great general's history to outsiders. Lucia, but you'll say that involves the great general, which is already a telling clue, idiot. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'll probably stream at least once more before Sunday. I mean, I don't really know what my plans are this weekend. I do have a lot of prep work to do for D&D, but I could probably sneak in a stream before then. But yeah, honestly, if you think about it, if you just like convince one of your friends, if everybody just convinces one of their friends to redeem that one thing, you can have like 100 downtime days in no time. Lucia. All right, I already read that. Drat, at least the Iron Marshal isn't within earshot, or I'd be washing my mouth out with a wormwood. Marcus, I'd like some training. Of course, Fatebinder. Marcus pounds his fists on his armor in salute. Oh, interesting. Costs money, though. It's only 1 copper for... Okay. Ranks trainable this level. Does that mean that there's a maximum amount of stuff that I can be trained? Aw, thanks, Pyramid. Alright, Soggy, you can add another downtime day, so you just got 1 more. Although, I mean, you spent so much time on the inside, like, you won't recognize the world. I'm gonna train in parry. If I train it again, does that mean I level up? I did level up. Oh shit. I'll do this one, it's cheaper. And now I'm out of money. I should save a bit of money. That's all my money. Oh god.
You learn something every day.
Finally, some fun to break up the monotony of this siege. You're the kingpin in jail. Ha ha ha. Sorry, L, if you wanna, you can't give the downtime you already have to Soggy, but future downtimes you can redeem for Soggy. Oh, maybe I should have trained in this instead. No. It's too late. Apologize. Voices. Siren and now Tunon. I think Ash could have conducted this war better on his own. Something happened. Why did it pause? Rhombus has discovered something.
I'd say that's worth a second glance.
What, this tent here? What did
Can't
I
do that.
discover? What did I discover? Hidden object found. Oh, this? Ooh, yeah, I'm taking that grain. Taking that grain. Yeah, I think L already redeemed one. But it's okay, Soggy should be good to go on Sunday. A meager portion of game simmers in the large copper pot. Fragrant spices attempt to mask the potent smell of whatever creature they've decided to cook. Oh, here's the secret item. Whoa, staggered burn. Plus 40 armor corrode, stolen after 30 seconds. Plus 50 defense against bleeding attacks. Oh, that's good. And agate is just a selling thing. I got something new, didn't I? Got some new armor or something. Accessory. Quick finger bangles. What is haste? This one quickness. It's probably going to be more useful for verse. Did I get anything else? No. Alright, I did get a mace or something. Bronze hammer. I should keep some blood moss on me and some of this on me. She might be able to use this. What is this? Rot spear. It's like a rage. Oh, and this is very good. Can I go in here? Yesterday you tried me for wishing to wait, and now you suggest even longer delay? Oh, I think this is where I was supposed to go. Perhaps the voices in your skull ought to come to his consensus if you wish to be taken seriously. Good advice is flexible, changing with the moment. Besides, now we're agreeing with yesterday. We know you hate going into battle without overwhelming odds on your side. If you're so terrified of a challenge, why not wait for your blah? It's too fast. I don't need your heckling. I need your scouting reports. Or better yet, confirmation you quelled the Oathbreakers in the Outer Valley. Oh, that? We will solve it in our own time and way. We must make at least a token effort to show them mercy, after all. Mercy? They have already shat upon our mercy once before. These gutter-born South Knobs deserve nothing better than death. Oh, calm down now. We must leave something to rule. Or have you forgotten Kyrus's orders? Patience, old chum. It's Graven Ash and the voices of Narat. Think I could take him?
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tearsmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
The Archon of War pounds his staff on the ground to punctuate his words. A large and imposing man to begin with, his profile is made larger still by his hulking suit of armor that hums with mystic energy.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
The Archon of Secrets passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks, twirling the rod in hypnotic circles. Oh, look at this. This is awesome. It's a secret message. You hear the voices in your head. Well, hello there, Fatebinder. We'll be with you in just a moment. A secret message in the text. That's awesome. Emerald luminescence seeps from the seams of the Archon's ragged red robes. The glow is most noticeable where his neck ought to be. His mask seems to float and spin, never pivoting or bending naturally.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Verse whispers fearfully as she beholds the Archons. Well, I'm just going to send a message. Where was I? I'm gonna remain silent.
I always know you've run out of things to say when you resort to mocking my vassals. If we are to speak of treachery, why is it that my scouts see the Scarlet Chorus warriors defecting back to the Vendrian Guard? Your fearsome reputation has gone flaccid, for it seems you cannot control your soldiers, or perhaps you simply choose not to.
Man, I hate when my fearsome reputation goes flaccid. My lords, the Fatebinder has arrived. The disfavored commander raises her voice, trying with little success to speak over the Archons. Perhaps we could table this discussion and let our guests speak.
Speaking of strategic failures, who was it that insisted the valley would need only a token garrison? For some strange reason, we can't seem to recall which balding halfwit grossly underestimated the enemy. Thoughts?
The Archon of Secrets twirls his scepter in a twisting loop, which actually means, "Can you hear us, Fatebinder? Cough if we have your attention." His leather-wrapped hands flipping the heavy rod with an effortless flow.
And I thought you had left agents within these Tearsmen when they surrendered. Either you failed to see this coming, or you knew and let it happen. Incompetent or in cahoots, either way, this mess has your filthy stink all over it.
The Archon of War lurches forward, resting his weight on his war maul as a blue luminescence crackles around his armor.
We look forward to seeing you explain to Tunon why the Archon of War could not close the vice on this trivial little insurgency. When we are crowned the ruler of the Tears, we shall have this place renamed to Ash's Folly in your honor.
The Voices of Nerat tosses his scepter into the air, catching it as it descends back down. Good, good. Now pay attention, you might miss something. I'm gonna remain silent.
If I could trust the information I get from you and your conscripted mouth breathers, perhaps I'd order my cohorts around a bit more aggressively. But last time I trusted your all-clear report, my troops failed to come home.
Oh, Ash, old boy. If you're going to have a little sob every time one of your nieces or nephews dies to the Tearsmen, perhaps we should have Siren sing you some calming lullabies to help you cope with your grief.
The Archon flips his scepter 3 times around, humming gleefully. You hear the voices in your head. Take care, Take care that you don't learn too much, Fatebinder. An excess of knowledge, of curiosity even, can earn unwanted attention. Hold your tongue! I will not have you denigrate the honor of our fallen brethren. The commander's hand moves to the hilt of her blade, though the weapon stays sheathed. I'd be doing us all a favor if I cracked open that excuse for a head. They bicker like children, do they not? The fifth eye's grating tenor pierces the tension in the tent, and all eyes land on the Crimson Spear. I, meant only to say welcome. Welcome to our guest, the Fatebinder. The armored retainer bows with rushed inelegance, then rises to a salute. And not a moment too soon. You've gained favor with the Voices of Nerat. You've gained favor with the Scarlet Chorus. Fifth Eye. Ah, why didn't you speak up sooner, my lord Archons? The governor of Lethian's Crossing has finally arrived. I beg you to cease arguing for a moment. Glare silently.
How wonderful you could join us, Quakebringer, Executioner of Cairn. You grace us with your presence. He's hoping you have another edict for bringing childish Archons to heel.
Gain the wrath of everybody, except Verse. Verse likes me.
We were worried you'd never make it. So glad that Drostus' demise didn't cause further delay.
The Archon of Secrets turns his attention to you. The frozen rictus fashioned into his bronze mask greets you with a permanent smile. I'm not gonna be a dick. I'm gonna say it is an honor to be here.
Likewise.
Archon Graven Ash nods his head in answer to your bow.
It would seem the honor is all yours.
Ooh, the voices of Narat slaps his scepter against his hand, chuckling softly to himself. I come bearing an edict of Kairos.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
What does this say? Conquest decision. Bastard City, now the site of Tunon's court in the Tears, was taken in the first year of the conquest in concerted effort between the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus, the first and last battle wherein the two armies acted in relative harmony. When it came time to strike at the city, you accompanied the Disfavored into battle, and though the Legion is normally loath to accept guests in its ranks, you distinguished yourself and won the respect of many in the Legion. I knew that was a good choice. What is Day of Swords? The 26th of every month or span is Kairos' day. It is a day of holiday and rest for all within the Overlord's empire. Each Kairos' day is the last day of its span. It is referred to by the span's name. Kairos' Day of Swords, therefore, is the 26th day of the span of swords. Ascension Hall is the traditional throne room of the Queens of Apex. The throne stands directly beneath the mountain spire in the center of the citadel in the valley of Vendrian's Well. They basically all say the same thing, it's just how nice I want to be about it. I'll be the least mean about it. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment, its every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. End conversation. Oh shit.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still. And we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. Low rumble escapes from under his beard. So he's saying over the walls. Okay, they were going to dig through the walls, I guess.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secrets passes his scepter from one hand to the next, chuckling softly with each toss. You hear the voices in your head. Watch him squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I miss the old Archon of War. You'd never see blood echo in a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd use the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry, and even made a breastplate out of his dead brother's ribcage, because that's how a real man deals with grief. I guess his name is Blood Echo? Or it used to be? Remain silent.
You make it sound like you've been putting even the slightest effort into getting a foothold across the Matane, when all you've done is set your gangs to uncoordinated raids. You're the Archon of Secrets. Why is it you still don't know the enemy's full strength and capabilities? Maybe you know, and choose not to share.
Oh.
Look, if you're afraid to send more troops against the Oathbreakers, just admit that you're a coward and allow us to take charge of the situation. The Scarlet Chorus will be happy to prove it can do what the disfavored cannot.
Should I interject here or remain silent? I'm gonna let them talk it out a bit more.
I tire of your incessant heckling. The disfavored have shouldered the brunt of this war, and I will not have you mock our sacrifices.
My lord, Barrick and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her gauntlet to her breastplate. Though you know him only by name, Barrick is a commander of the Stone Shields and well regarded by the disfavored. By the disfavored High Command. Okay. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunan's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
The campaign? I'm not gonna survive. The Archon twirls his scepter one last time, then taps the fifth eye on the shoulder, and the two depart. Suit yourself, Fatebinder, the more you ignore us.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. You've shown your worth in war, and your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last time, to help us wrap up this last objective. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Iron Marshal Erenos. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. And what of the Scarlet Chorus? How will they be helping?
I ask myself that question often. While we take the river crossing, the Scarlet Chorus should be using their sizable presence to remove the Oathbreaker patrols lurking in the outer valley.
The Oathbreakers have maintained a sizable force outside the Citadel. We need the Chorus's manpower to scour the region, otherwise the Oathbreakers will attack at our heels once we cross the Matane. I'm gonna glare silently at them. Gained loyalty with Verse, wrath with Graven, and the disfavor. The Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ash, then turns to leave the tent. I will be at the training grounds, readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearing her throat. And though I am loath to mention it, the Chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in the rat's nest they call a camp, due east. Seek him out if you must. Ooh. Quest completed. I think I leveled up. Oh fuck. There's an actual time limit. That's what. Oh crap. So not only can I not die, that means I have a limited amount of times I can use the tent to rest. Holy crap. Okay, well, I think it's a good time to end. I might do a couple rounds of Fortnite. Yeah, I'm gonna see if my family's on Fortnite still. I might just do a couple rounds. Nothing too fancy. See what's going on.